Hi everyone, thank you so much for tuning in today. Today I'm going to give you the rules of Goddess Lakshmi. Goddess Lakshmi is also the goddess for Venus, and I want to lay out for you step by step all the rules that pleases Goddess Lakshmi or Goddess Venus. But before I dive into that, I want to do three quick plugs. First, if you are having trouble with love or marriage, probably you're divorced and you're looking for the next marriage partner, but you're not getting success, you need specific Venus remedies based on your birth chart and maybe also the birth chart of the partner that you are with right now. So for that, please go to my website and schedule a in-person one-on-one consultation with me, and that I will leave the link in my description. The second one is if you're new to astrology and remedies, I have a document that lays out all the steps that you need to do, all the remedies that you need to do to be able to manifest love and fix the Venus frequencies around you so you can get love, prosperity, luxuries easily in life. So look at that as well. I will leave a link for that as well. And the third plug that I want to say is on Sunday, February 16th at 12 p.m. EST, which is the New York time zone, I'm going to be going live and giving you birth chart specific remedies. So whoever joins or whoever provides me comments and provides me their birth details, date of birth, place of birth, and time of birth, I will plug that in and I will give you Venus specific remedies to manifest love and manifest a partner, right? So please look into those three. I will leave the links for all of those three for you right here. Now, let's just dive into the main video. So, the first rule is to watch your words. So, one of the planets that is a friend to Venus is Mercury, and Mercury represents our communication, the words that we use. So, if you are using words that represent lack, you do not have money to buy this, you do not have money to go on a vacation, you do not have money for coffee, you do not have money for a dress, whatever it is, like on a day to day basis, are you consistently using a lack language? If you are, you're not using Mercury, the friend of Venus, in the right way. At any point, always focus on using your words to say things as if it's going great. You have abundant opportunities, you have abundance of love, you have abundance of prosperity, you have abundance of support. Always say that you have so much support, right? Like a lot of times, especially women, like when we have a lot of work, we think, oh, we have to take care of the kids, we have to clean the house, we have to do our jobs. We constantly feel that we have no one to support us, no one to like do things for us. But appreciate the different people that you have around you who can support you, and just keep using your words in a way that represents to Venus that yes, from a communication perspective, you are completely diving into the world of abundance, love, and prosperity. So, complete shift from lack of love, lack of support, lack of relationships, lack of money, lack of wealth, lack of opportunity, shift to I have abundance of love, abundance of support, abundance of friendships, abundance of cash flow, abundance of luxuries, abundance of vacations. Try to incorporate that as much as possible. And that is rule number one. Watch your words, speak abundance into your life, speak love into your life. The second key rule is cleanliness. I should have probably said this first, that cleanliness is absolutely important. Even if you don't do anything, if you can just keep your house super clean, not just externally, not just the things that people can see, but actually inside the shelves. Every shelf cleaned out, clothes nicely folded and kept and organized, dishes nicely organized, everything, your bathrooms, your, all your closets, your kitchen, your living area, everything should be organized and well kept and clean. Your garage, it shouldn't be like one of your room has all the clutter and all the other rooms look good. Cleanliness is the basic key for Goddess Lakshmi, the goddess of Venus, to come into your life, and she will absolutely not visit your house if your house is not clean, and if you yourself are not clean, if you wear dirty clothes repeatedly, if you do not change your clothes every day, you know when you wake up in the morning, change into fresh clothes, after your shower, before sleeping, change into fresh clothes. If you don't do those things, Goddess Lakshmi, Goddess Venus will absolutely not bless you with love, luxuries, prosperity, relationships. None of that. Absolutely none of that is going to come your way if you do not follow this basic rule. The third rule is beauty. You really have to invest time and energy into making yourself beautiful in whatever way possible. I am a very average looking person, but with whatever I have, whatever looks God has blessed me with, I try to make the most of it, right? Trying to be fit, try to make sure my hair is healthy, my skin is healthy, and use some makeup or some kind of, accessories or something to like just enhance a little bit. It may not be the world standard of looking beautiful because some people may find me extremely ugly, but at least I've made some effort to do the best with what God has given me. And again, traditionally, you may not have the best of looks or whatever you may be, you may complain about your features, but with whatever you have in control, you may not be able to change the color of your skin, you may not be able to change your height, but your weight, your the type of food you consume, your skin, your hair, these are things that you have quite a bit of control on. And basically the goddess is watching. With whatever has been given to you, are you making the most out of it? Are you doing the best to bring the best out of it? So I can be this way, or I can be 50 pounds heavier, or I can be more fitter, but what am I really doing? Like, am I taking the best care of myself? Am I truly eating healthy? Technically what I found, that you don't need a ton of cosmetics and skincare products. If you just clean up your diet, really remove sugar like Mars, which represents sugar, and like really makes your blood thick and gives you so many problems. It causes hair fall, it causes acne. By just cleaning up your diet, oftentimes with people have a debilitated moon in their birth chart, and then they should absolutely remove dairy from their diet, right? And some people have a debilitated sun in their chart, they should absolutely remove gluten from their diet. Some people have a debilitated sun and moon, and they have to remove both gluten and dairy, and that's what brings the best glow to them. When you do some of these dietary changes based on your planetary positions, you don't need skincare. You wouldn't need any form of skincare. Absolutely, you can go without makeup, because you will have the natural glass like skin texture, you will have the natural glow, and you will need barely any slight enhancements to look beautiful. So that is rule number three. Really focus on beauty. And I was listening to a lawyer, a very popular divorce lawyer in America, and he was saying the most, when a man remarries, the most important thing that he's looking for is beauty. That's what the man is going for. So, ladies, when you're married, right, do not lose focus on beautifying yourself. Continue, like, even though your man has seen you quite a bit, like even though you've been in the relationship, he liked you a certain way when he married you. So continue to maintain that, continue to look that certain way for him to have that attraction towards you. So, rule number three to impress Goddess Lakshmi or Goddess Venus is to consistently work on beauty, really beautifying yourself and your surroundings. The fourth tip is to go with the flow and create flow. So, how do you really do this? So, the goddess Lakshmi or goddess Venus, they create flow wherever they go. Abundance follows them, right? They create a sense of flow with like less rigid. So, here are a couple of examples how you can create flow. One is in your outfits. Wear outfits that have some form of flow, like more softer, silkier, flowy materials that flow, especially for women, that create that nice, gentle flow. So incorporate that flow into your life. The second is the flow of money. So if you hold on to money very tightly, that is not a good Venus energy or a Lakshmi energy. You need to be able to spend and spend in a way that you're like, I'm filled with abundance. I have so much money and I'm spending. But while you're spending, if you have a thought in the back of your head, oh, am I doing the right thing just because I want to be in the flow? I'm spending money, but actually, what if I run out of money? If you have that, even that 1 second of negative thought, that lack mentality going along with your spending, then you rather not spend. But to really create that flow, start with something small. Start with something small. For example, I went for a massage yesterday, and my typical, like I would give a typical amount, like, a certain amount as a tip. But in my mind, as like in my abundant flow, like feeling, how much could I give as a tip because this person put so much effort? And there was a certain number I was like, no, that would be too much. But there was one number I was like, you know what, this is more than what a regular person would give as a tip. And it'll actually make me happy giving this person this amount because she actually put in so much work on my back. Right. So just by giving that larger tip amount, which was comfortable for me, yet more than what typically people give, I felt abundant. And it was good also because that person seemed really happy. She gave me some blessings, and I felt like it wasn't like I felt negative. Oh, overspent on, I gave her too much in tip. It felt, no, I gave her a good amount. She totally deserved it, and I gave her a little bit more than what would be a decent tip. But that made me feel good about myself, and I made that other person feel good as well. So start small. I wouldn't say go right away buy a luxury item, but do start small and be a little more relaxed in what you give. Like be a little more generous, because that whole feeling of generosity just comes because you feel you will get it. You will get money is just going to come into your life. There's no thought of this $10, $20, $30. It'll come. You're getting a Starbucks, fine. Even if it's like $7, it's okay. You're not giving it a second thought because you just know that money is just going to come back to you. So be in that flow. Even in relationships, right? If you're in a committed relationship, uh, like if you're dating, actually, I would say the flow is created when you're in a casual dating situation, that you casually date a couple of people at the same time, because it kind of creates that flow, and then all these people that you're dating will be more interested in you because you're not kind of showing that obsessive kind of energy to them. You're in the flow. And for them, when someone is in the flow, the natural tendency of the opposite sex is to capture. You don't, when someone is flowing, you want to capture it, you want to keep it to yourself. But when something is stuck to you, you kind of want to like push it away. Right? So while you're dating, I would say, especially until the point you're committed or like more exclusively dating, just kind of flow a little bit and keep yourself a little more open to have conversations with more people to create that nice goddess Venus energy. If you're in a committed relationship or married, create that flow by your clothing. As in, just because you've been married 25 years doesn't mean that your partner has to see you naked all the time, right? Doesn't have to mean that he has to see you with few clothes all the time. Create that a place where, like, you're even at home, you're actually covered up most of the time, so that when you kind of, remove one or two pieces, like, it creates a sense of flow, right? It creates a little bit of magnetism. So try to incorporate flow, and do not just be stuck to a person, is where I'm trying to get to. So create that flow where there is no flow. Create it and be in the move and be sensual, embody that sensuality within you. The fifth rule of Goddess Lakshmi, Goddess Venus, is self love. And oftentimes, when we think of self love, we think of discipline in our habits and stuff like that. But remove discipline, because Venus doesn't come like, I think we should remove the concept of discipline when it comes to Lakshmi and Goddess Venus. It's more about devotion. It's like she is literally thinking of herself as a queen, and is devoted to pamper this queen. So self love is more like devotion to self, like devotion to self. To a lot of times people say, oh, people are getting really selfish. They should start thinking about, doing more charity. But you can do charity or do anything for someone else only if you are full. The areas that you are full in your life are the areas that you start pouring into other people. Like, if I'm earning a ton of money, I may give other people money. If I have ton of self-love, I may train other people on self-love. But in whichever area you actually start giving is the area where you yourself feel whole and complete in every way. So you cannot be the person who's doing for others until you have healed and you've really taken that part of you is purely in the devotion and full and whole and complete state. So when it's easy to get obsessed about a partner, obsessed about the other person, but do you, like, especially where you're not in a committed relationship, when you put so much focus on this other person, it is very clear you are not in devotion state for yourself. You're not in devotion of yourself, because if you're like literally taking such good self love and self care, would you let your mental state be so bad and obsessed about another person? Because if you truly loved yourself, or if you saw a friend who's obsessed like this, you would tell that friend, hey, like, focus on yourself, stop being so obsessed. That person is not worth it. But sometimes you don't see it for yourself, that when you're obsessing about someone else, it means that you've put them on the pedestal and you've put yourself down. And when you put all this energy onto this other person is going to become more and more powerful and magnetic. And when this other person becomes more powerful and magnetic, he or she will not be interested in you, because you have lost your power and given it to this person. Now, this person has become more powerful, and more people will start getting attracted to this other person. Whereas if you focus on self love, and again, self love, even if you don't do all your beauty routines, like the basic self love is consistently checking that your mind is at peace. You're not getting disturbed by the external world. If you're getting disturbed by the external world, that means you're not in a state of self love. You have given your power away to an external circumstance. In Hindu mythology, goddess Lakshmi is represented by a lotus, right? The lotus, the soft pink petals of a lotus, basically the whole flower represents goddess Venus. But where does lotus grow? It grows on swamp water, it grows in dirty water. Even though her surroundings are dirty and she's in swamp water, the lotus is so untouched. The leaf is clean, the petals are clean. There's not a speck of muck on the flower and the petal, because that's the representation of goddess Venus, that despite whatever is happening, my world may be sinking, everyone's throwing mud and muck around me, on me, but I am repelling it all because I am in a state of utmost self devotion and self love. The petals of lotus have this, even if you dip it, it's like waterproof. It's very waxy, so it repels. It doesn't get, even though it's in that mucky water, it doesn't soak in. It repels all the muck because the petals are waxy in nature, the leaf is waxy in nature. It just repels. So you cannot make a lotus dirty. And that's why it's a beautiful representation of goddess Lakshmi, goddess Venus, because it shows that no matter whatever is going around me, I may be in dirt, people may be throwing dirt at me, but I do not absorb the negativity into my body. And that is extremely important. Oftentimes, we give all our power away to the person that we like. That person absorbs all of this power, becomes even more popular and powerful, and then all other people get more attracted to this person. This person gets even more power and gets more and more powerful and popular, whereas you diminish in your standards and your popularity, your power. Why would you do that? So, the number fifth, rule number five of goddess Lakshmi is self love and self devotion. While I do want to cover more rules of goddess Lakshmi, goddess Venus, I don't want this video to get ultra long. So please stay tuned for the next set. So I will bring 5 to 6 more rules in the next video. So please do subscribe. I will post the next video in about 2 days' time, not more than that. So you will have this video, which you should keep for reference, because this would be your holy grail for manifesting love, relationship, marriage, luxuries, prosperity, right? Like goddess Lakshmi, goddess Venus brings all of these things. So this will form your base set of things that you need to do, along with the next video, which will have additional 5 to 6 other rules of goddess Lakshmi, goddess Venus, that you should save both of these, and this will create a good foundation for you. Additionally, I will leave link for my document in my website that lays out step by step all the things that you need to do to bring Goddess Venus's blessings into your life, including things you need to do at home, things you need to do for yourself, and things that you need to practice, like specific Vedic astrology specific remedies that are going to be absolutely life changing for you. So please do subscribe. Please join me for the live next Sunday, where I'm going to look at your specific birth chart and give you your specific remedies. This saves you a ton of money, because then you wouldn't need specific consultation with me, a paid consultation. You can rather just come to the live and I will give you absolutely free remedies. I hope you found this useful. Thank you so much. Bye bye.